Hi, it's Danny Barnes, Director of Agent Relations with Excellence Realty, and I'm here with Paul Sardone with Excellence Title. How you doing, Paul?
Good. How you doing, Danny?
Good, man. Little different scenario
Yeah,
today. I'm
thank you.
actually up in North Carolina, but
Jealous.
it's freezing outside. I tell you what,
Really?
I'm at one of our agents' places, Ernie Napoles. It's a very nice VRBO. If anybody wants to look at it. I mean, incredible
Nice.
cabin, but we're here for the week, and but we didn't want to miss Title Tuesday. So today, Paul's going to talk about protecting your investors, when they buy investment properties. So I'll turn it over to Paul at this time.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, what I want to talk about is when you're working as an agent with clients that are buying investment properties. So, properties to rent out. I get the question all the time at the closing table from people that are buying things under their personal name, how they should protect themselves. At the closing table, it's still doable, but it's usually better to do this ahead of time. So if as an agent, you can direct your clients to us or to an attorney or give them a little bit of information, not legal advice, but just kind of tell them the options are available. I think it'll help you get the confidence of that investor, and hopefully they'll buy multiple properties with the agents. But the main thing is, it's usually a very bad idea to purchase under your personal name. Okay, so if you're buying a property to rent out, whether it be a condo, a duplex, a multifamily type situation, the reason why is liability-wise, something were to happen there and there's a lawsuit resulting from it, all of your personal assets are on the line. So that being said, most people know that they will purchase the second property, the investment property, under a corporate entity. So the main thing that people don't realize is, and I've had this happen several times, just to tell it in a story to make it, give my example is, I have a client who purchased a property. They bought multiple investment properties under an LLC. So let's say they have ABC LLC. That's their company. They buy 3, 4, 5 investment properties. Everything's going great. One day they get sued by one of the tenants or a worker. I forgot what the situation. Somebody got hurt on one of the properties, sued this person who owns all these properties free and clear. Now, in the lawsuit, there was some exposure for the client, some fault. All the other properties are assets of that LLC. So while the limited liability protected him personally, it didn't protect all the properties that are under that LLC. So ABC LLC owns 5, 10 properties. Anybody who wins a lawsuit against ABC LLC has a right to attack those properties, put a lien on them, try to collect a judgment. So this person was not aware of that. They thought, well, in an LLC, they can't touch me. They can't touch you personally, but they can go after LLC. So there are more complicated estate planning tools. If you are working with clients who are investors who buy multiple properties and want to shield it, even though it's kind of a pain in the butt because you got to pay registration every year to the state and all that, they may want to own multiple LLCs, hold different assets under different LLCs, so that if ABD LLC owned that property and ABC owns another one, and then they're all different, the lawsuit is limited to the assets of that LLC and maybe won't be as big a hit on a judgment. So that's the important thing to keep in mind when doing that. There are other ways under trust, land trust. We can get much more in depth, but the key is when you're working with clients that are buying investment properties, and there are people that's how they make their living. They buy a lot of, and those are great clients. I have, realtor clients who once a year, twice a year, help somebody find a property, and it's repeat business. So those are great clients for you. You want to make sure you're guiding them the right way, because then if later there's a problem, that you don't want them to lose confidence in you as the agent, that you didn't direct them to get legal help about this situation.
And is that one reason why I've seen some of the investors that I've worked with, they have different LLCs for? Yeah, I was wondering that.
A lot of people don't do it just because of convenience sake, right? Because if you have 5 LLCs, that's 5 annual fees you got to pay to the Secretary of State. That's maybe 5 tax returns that you have to do. Even if they're simple, you have to pay an accountant, you have to file it. So there's more work involved in it, but nobody wants to do that until there's a problem, and then you realize, oh, I should have been doing that I should have had the different LLCs and protected myself, because now everything's on the line. You know, if you own, everything you own is under LLC, but under one LLC, it's the same thing as if you own it personally. I
Wow.
can't go after you personally, but like this guy, I'm giving you an example. Basically, all his assets were under this LLC. So whether it was under his name or the LLC, everything he owns is there. So it's, yeah, it's not his personal name, but his personal name is kind of worthless because everything he owns is under the LLC. So there's different strategies. There's multiple LLC, you know, asset planning. You can have trusts. You can have LLCs that are members of other managers of other LLCs and control them. You know, there's more complex depending on the level of asset and what they're doing. If somebody just owns one investment property, they can have it on the LLC. Usually not a problem. But when they start to acquire multiple ones, they need a more sophisticated planning strategy.
Yeah, that's great. And you know what? This is why it's good to have Paul. Call Paul. He's the expert. Message Paul on work chat. He's the expert. He will help you and your clients out. Also wanted to mention before we finish, did a nice testimonial with Eleni McLean, one of our Excellence agents last week. So if you have a chance to take a look at that, she closed her first deal with Excellence Title. Very simple, seamless. She had a great experience. Thank you, Paul, and his whole team. Thanks to Lenny. So if they're exclusively with Excellence agent. So all you have to do is go to excellencetitle.com, submit title order to get things started. But anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
No, that's it. I think you covered it. You know, we're happy to keep working with you guys. And like you said, on work chat, a lot of people reach out to me, a quick message. I usually get back to the same day for the question, or you have a client that that wants to have a consultation. You know, I'm available by phone or text or email to do that. So you guys know where to find us. We try to make it as easy as possible for you guys, and we look forward to working together.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I know we got to run. Paul's got a closing at 10:15. So thank you, everybody, again for tuning in to Title Tuesday. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Paul.
All right. Thanks, Danny.